Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge Dreamfall, The Longest Journey.
Naane joined my outfit only a few months ago, but she's proven to be a valuable asset.
May the stars guide you and light your way, Aprilon.
Gut, sie hat uns nicht mehr zu sagen. Ja, wir haben uns ja auch gerade lang und breit unterhalten. Über die Dreamcore-Version von Arcadia. Abgedrehter Scheiß. Ganz ehrlich, ich habe voll Bock gerade hier die Geschichte weiter zu erforschen. Und hier ist gar nichts. Ach, hier geht die Treppe runter. Schauen wir mal, wohin uns das alles führen wird. Sehr spannend, das finde ich. Ah, und wir sind wieder im Journeyman Inn.
Benrime's burned all the forbidden books, and she's bought a bunch of Azadi-approved ones. No one reads those.
Ja, natürlich nicht. Die klassische Besetzer-Story. Ah, jetzt ist die Tür wieder zu und wir kommen da nicht rein. Alles klar, dann reden wir mal mit Benrime.
Benrime?
So, child, did you find that person you were looking for last evening?
What? Oh, no, No.
What's the matter? You seem distracted.
I'm okay, Benrime.
All right. Well, the day is getting on. If there's anything you need, come see me.
Actually, Benrime, there is something. I'm confused.
About what, child?
I'm not sure what to do, and I would appreciate your advice.
I see. Well, child, I'll do the best I can, though I'm no wise woman. What's wrong?
I think something's going on, something potentially bad. Something involving the balance between the twin worlds.
Ah. Does this have anything to do with that nice young woman from Stark? Zoe, was it?
It may. It does, but I can't tell you all the details. I don't even understand what's going on. I'm just worried that I might be involved somehow.
I see, and you would prefer not to be involved.
I've done my share for the balance, and I have more pressing concerns. People depend on me.
Yes, they do, but that is no excuse.
I'm not looking for excuses. I'm looking for answers. I need to know what I'm supposed to do this time.
Such answers aren't always easy to come by, April. Often we have to rely on faith alone to carry us through. Still, I understand that you want something more concrete than that, April. Very well. Here's my advice. You must speak with the Guardian of the Balance.
I've thought the same thing, but it's impossible. I can't shift anymore, and even if I could, the Guardian's realm is closed to me.
Maybe so, and maybe not. There is someone out there who might be able to help you.
Who?
An old friend of yours. The White of the Kin. The White Dragon.
You're right. If anyone can help me contact the Guardian, it's her. But I don't know where she is. She vanished just after she was born.
You are April Ryan. I'm certain that someone in this city can help you locate her. Have faith in yourself, and in the balance.
I had faith once, Benrime. Look where it got me. What's left of the person I used to be?
I still see the same girl who walked through that door a decade past.
I'm not her anymore. I don't even remember what she was like. Now I'm just...
Well, I'll be damned. April bloody Ryan. I can't believe it.
Who? Brian? Brian Westhouse?
The very same. God damn, I can't believe it's you. How the hell are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you? You're looking pretty good for someone I thought was dead.
Well, likewise. I mean, I knew you survived the Tyrant invasion and the events that followed, but then... nothing.
I've been traveling. You?
The same. I've been back to Mercuria a few times, but I've never stayed long. Oh, I reckon the invasion got me thinking about how much I hadn't seen and experienced. Besides, my head was stuck in the bottle, so time was ripe for a change of pace. And a change of pace I got. I've been to the four corners of the world. Quite literally.
So what are you doing at the Journeyman?
Just revisiting old haunts. And hoping to score a cup of Benrime's mulled wine, of course. How about yourself?
Same thing. I'm in the city for only a few days.
Well, Even more fortuitous that we bumped into each other then.
Speaking of coincidences, maybe you can help me with something.
Absolutely. What do you need?
There's something going on, something that may be affecting both worlds.
Why, Ms. Ryan, you seem to get drawn into these things every time. Can you be any more specific?
It's more a feeling than anything else, so I need to confirm my suspicions. Or, preferably, disprove them. I need to speak with the Guardian.
Who better to tell you if anything's happening with the balance? So, why not just shift there?
I can't. I've lost the power to shift. But it was never that easy to get to the Guardian's realm in the first place. So to find the Guardian, I need a little help from someone else. The White Dragon.
Oh, yes. I'd imagine she could give you some pointers.
The problem is, I don't know where to find her. She could be anywhere.
Not so. I may know where to find her. I met a fellow traveler, a Dolmari from the Rose Court, actually, on a ship from Gien to Irhad not long ago. He told me he'd been to the Dark People's Library. Not many people are allowed there, and it was a great privilege. While he was there, however, he said that he was introduced to a pale, white-haired woman who introduced herself as the White of the Dryken. Now, I don't know if she's still there or how you'll get to the Dark People's City, but it should at least get you on the right path.
It does. Thank you, Brian. This is very helpful. So you've been traveling for the past decade?
I have, and I intend to keep traveling for the next decade or two, as long as I have my health. This world is fascinating.
You look so much better since the last time I met you. Younger, healthier, happier.
I do feel fantastic. I was bitter and angry back then, angry at myself at being stuck in this world. Now I don't see Arcadia as a prison anymore. I see it as an opportunity to grow and learn and experience. I'd forgotten why I crossed the divide in the first place. I wanted to go where few had gone, where there were still untrodden paths. Losing my home, being forced to run, it was certainly an awakening, and one I sorely needed.
It was good seeing you again. Are you staying long?
Another week, perhaps. Enough time to visit friends and to pick up some things that I can't get elsewhere in this world. Then it's off to sea again. I've been thinking about heading east, perhaps convincing a whale rider to take me along on a hunt.
Sounds exciting. Take care, Brian.
And you, Ms. Ryan? April. Now, I have business with the innkeeper. So, how about it, Benrime? Do you have a cup or four of your mulled wine to spare for an old drunkard?
As I remember at Westhouse, you still owe me money on your tab from before the war.
My God, you have the memory of a stickman. Miss Salmon, I've honestly missed this place. Hell, you're probably right. I owed a lot of people money back then. Seeing as I'm still a bit short on cash, you'll have to add this to my tab. But I'm coming into some gold tomorrow. Old debts repaid, so I'll settle it then.
That'll be the day the Azadi decide to just up and leave. Money first. Mulled wine after.
You're a tough woman, and I respect that. I have to tell you about this tavern I visited in a town near Alte. Which turned out to be fermented pig's blood. He couldn't stand up straight for 3 days.
Southlanders. So you have visited Altaban and Mount Terba?
I've been further south still, to the Capes and beyond. I tell you, if you think the winter here is harsh, you should count your lucky stars. There are lands beyond the South Sea that are frozen through both winter and summer. The sun is as cold as the moon down there.
Well, I do not intend to leave Marcuria. There's enough foreigners here, no need to travel for months to find more of them. You've seen their empire?
I have indeed. They will let anyone enter and stay in their lands just as long as you respect their customs and as long as you're human, of course.
What is it like? Do they treat their own people as harshly as they do ours?
I wouldn't know what the Azadi are like here in Marcuria, but in Sadir they were reserved but friendly, and as a man I had less freedom than a woman. Still, I encountered no animosity. People took me in, fed me, told me about their history and religion. I learned a lot. Whatever the Azadi have done here, they are not cruel or evil. They do put a lot of faith in their goddess and their empresses, yes, but it's heartfelt.
Heartfelt, I'm sure. And they can have their empire. But what gave them the right to come here and impose themselves on us?
Okay, mehr zu lauschen gibt's nicht. Okay, wir müssten also den White of the Dry Kin finden. Brian Westhouse, die alte Potsau. Cool, den auch nochmal zu sehen. Hab mich schon gefragt, wo der bleibt, weil der war ja ganz am Anfang des Spiels, haben wir den ja schon mal gespielt, bei seiner ersten Reise nach Arcadia. Und einzigen, soweit ich weiß, weil er ist ja nie zurückgekehrt. Wer bist du denn?
I want to be a soldier when I grow up, with a uniform and everything.
Ah ja. Das ist ja super.
Move along, citizen.
Jawohl. Wo geht's denn eigentlich hier lang? Hier war das letzte Mal immer Stau. Deswegen bin ich gerade mal gespannt. Ah, das magische Ghetto, wenn ich mich nicht irre.
You don't see a lot of Zid in Marcuria these days.
Old Town's getting too crowded. It just wasn't built to house so many people.
Genau, Old Town heißt es ja.
What do the Azadi want from us? Why have they stuck us in here? We haven't done anything to them, and we can't help who we are.
Was ist das denn hier? Gewicht heben. Oh, hier. Oh.
Herbs, curiously shaped cookies, everything a wizard, witch, or warlock may require, using only the finest organic ingredients, elguan bladders, rat tails, dung.
Conditions in the ghetto aren't bad, all things considered. We got food and water, and there's medicine and herbs for everyone. What we don't have is freedom.
Tja.
Old Town's not a bad place to be. If only the Azadi would leave us be, like they promised they would.
Wait, that man. He looks very familiar. Why am I thinking of moving stairways?
Es ist so cool, wie viele Anspielungen auf den ersten Teil gemacht werden. Auch die Banda, die schon erwähnt wurden. Und ja, White of the Dry Kin, Brian Westhouse.
Good God, Roper Klacks.
Roper Klacks.
At your service, milady. What may I do for... Wait. I know you. Where do I know you from? April. April Ryan.
Oh, well...
How lovely to see you.
Say what?
It's been too long, my dear. Too long.
Yeah. I guess it's been... long.
What have you been up to?
This and that.
How lovely. Me? I'm rehabilitated.
Rehabilitated? How so?
Being soundly walloped by you was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Really?
Oh, yes. It gave me perspective, time to think. When I finally escaped that confounding device, I joined WWWA. Wicked Witches and Warlocks Anonymous. It's a marvelous support group for wizarding professionals.
Oh.
Oh, it helped tremendously to find others who shared my affliction.
Affliction?
A desire for evil deeds and world domination, your basic, EDWD syndrome.
I see. And now?
Cured! I'm free of my desire to conquer and control, and I'm happy to be a simple merchant and published author.
I guess that's a good thing.
It is. It is indeed. So, April Ryan, is there anything I can do to help repay what you did for me?
Ich bin mir immer noch nicht sicher, ob er das ernst meint, aber es ist schön, dass er sich einer Selbsthilfegruppe angeschlossen hat. Für Zauberer und Wicked Witches. Sehr gut. Ja, lass mal erstmal hier... Genau.
You said something about being an author?
I published one. I wrote my memoirs a few years ago. Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Roper F. Clacks.
What's the F stand for?
Nothing. It just looked better on the cover. Anyway, as it turned out, the first and only print run had a slight problem. A small charm made its way onto page 108. When readers got to that page, the book, as misfortune would have it, exploded.
And you had nothing to do with that.
Me? Absolutely not. I've been acquitted of all charges, and every single lawsuit has been dismissed in the magical court. I'm quite innocent. It does mean, however, that only one copy of Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Roper F. Clacks exists, and that would be mine. I've decharmed it, and page 108 is quite safe to read now, if you're interested.
Not really, no. How did you get out of that calculator I trapped you in?
I had to learn advanced trigonometry. After that, it was as easy as multiplying the root of pi with the volume of my mathematical prison.
Oh, that sounds pretty complicated.
It took me 5 years, but I gained some important personal skills in the process. I even had time to write a book, so it was all for the best.
I actually do need some help.
That's great! Anything to assist the woman who turned my life around.
I'm looking for a way to get to the city of the Dark People.
Visiting old friends, I take it? Your adventures are the stuff of legends, April Ryan. By the way, did you ever read that pamphlet they published? The one with the amusing drawings? April Rye Bread and the Rod of Joy?
Unfortunately, no.
Well, I'll never forget that illustration where the Dolmari lady takes the Rod of Joy and sticks it right...
Anyway, about the Dark People City.
Ah, yes. What do you plan on doing there?
I need to visit their library.
The library? Indeed. They are collectors, these Dark People. They collect all sorts of knowledge, arcane, forbidden knowledge. Anyway, as luck would have it, there's a shadow ship docked down in the harbor right now. I'm sure they'll let the famous April Ryan, I'm sure they will give you passage to their city.
That's perfect, thank you. How do I get to the Dark People's library again?
Oh, there's a shadow ship docked in...
Gut.
Thanks.
Dankeschön.
At your service, milady. If you ever need a potion or a charm, visit Roper's Spells and Filtres.
Alles klar, Roper Clacks. Verrückte Welt.
They've kept the blue flame burning here in Old Town for 1,000 years, apparently. It didn't even go out when the Tyrant held the city.
Na gut, jetzt weiß ich natürlich nicht, wo ich bin hier. Gucken, komme ich hier? Ah, das ist wahrscheinlich das Tor... Oder? Moment, ich gehe da mal durch. Das wird das Tor auf dem Marktplatz wieder sein, oder? Nee. Nee, das ist nicht. Hä? Ach, hier geht's direkt zum Hafen. Ja, perfekt. Genau da wollten wir ja hin. Oh, coole Zeichnung da rechts auf dem Haus. Eine Seeschlange oder sowas. Das sah nicht schlecht aus. Da schwebt einer.
The Asadi can do whatever they wish with me. I will never bow to their goddess.
I'm only in town for a short visit. I will not stay long. I am better off back home.
Die haben es aber hübsch gemacht, oder? Abgesehen von der Farbe. So, wo sind wir denn hier? Was bist du für einer? Irgendein Captain?
How are things going?
Most of the supplies are on board. We're missing a few crates of grains and vegetables, a delivery of potions, and some other bits and pieces.
Good. Don't linger too long.
The paperwork's already being processed by the Azadi. Those fools. If only they knew what...
Shh. Not here. I don't think it's a good idea to tempt fate.
I didn't think you believed in that spiritual claptrap, Raven. Fate? Ha! We make our own destiny.
Still, better to be on the safe side. You don't foresee any problems then?
Everything's in order. This ship's going to the islands. At least according to all the properly stamped and perfectly forged documents.
I'll rest easy only when you've reached safe harbor.
Don't fret. You'll rest easy soon enough.
Sehr schön. Das ist also das Versorgungstransportschiff. Für die Rebellen, nehme ich an. Wer bist du?
The Dark People are amazing. They're collectors, and they have a great library containing every book ever written.
Das hoffe ich. Okay, ich nehme an, dass das... Das soll ein Schiff sein? Ich meine nicht das da rechts, sondern das hinter der schwebenden Kutte. Eine schwebende Kutte, Leute. Und dann wissen, was ist das da hinten? Was ist das denn? Warte mal, ich muss gerade mal... Was bist du?
A Samare. I thought they didn't like the ocean. Maybe she's curious.
Sehr cool. Mit einem Sattel hinten drauf? Naja. So, und du bist also einer von den...
It's one of the Dark People.
Genau.
A dark person. He's probably a shadow guide. The captain of that shadow ship.
Das ist doch kein Schiff, das sind Felsen. Naja gut, Bimsstein schwimmt ja auch.
I seek passage to your city. I wish to visit the library.
We are here to trade and to collect. We do not take on passengers.
Oh, okay. Stimmt, ich war ja schon mal bei den Dark People im ersten Teil. Okay, Threaten ist mit Sicherheit eine blöde Idee. Reason? Plead? Pay?
A long time ago, I sailed on one of your ships, and I met one of your people. He called me a wave.
Not many of your kind would lay claim to such a title.
I'm not laying claim to anything. I'm just telling you what he told me.
If you were a wave, we would grant you passage. But all I see is a human.
Okay, und wie beweise ich, dass ich eine Welle bin? Naja, jedenfalls mache ich es nicht mehr in dieser Folge. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal.